السلام عليكم حياكم الله وبياكم مرحبا بكم في لقاء جديد. Welcome to a new session. Here we have النعت الحقيقي والسببي. First, what is النعت? Let's simplify this topic. The word النعت, as we all may have come across before, it simply means adjective. النعت means what? Adjective. And we all know the work of an adjective, that an adjective qualifies and also describes a noun. An adjective describes a noun. It gives more description to a noun. In order not for us to waste more time, let's bring examples of adjectives in the Arabic language. Look at this sentence here. We have جاء الطالب المجتهد. Look at this sentence. جاء الطالب المجتهد. Now the word al-mujtahidu, it means hard working. The word al-mujtahidu means what? Hard working. So we are saying here that the hard working students came. The hard working student came. So the word al-mujtahidu, it is the na'at. What is na'at? It is the adjective, because it is giving us more details. It is describing the student who came. If I say ja'a talibu, the student came. Which student? Al-mujtahidu, the hardworking student. So this is what we simply mean by an-na'tu. So this is an-na'tu. While the word at-talibu in the Arabic language, it is known as man'ut, which means the noun that is being qualified, because it is at-talibu that we are qualifying and describing. Now, adjectives in the Arabic language follow certain rules. Now, as we're saying, an adjective must agree with the noun it is qualifying or describing in 4 terms. The first one is in the case. What is case? We simply mean the fatha, kisra, and dhamma. This is to say that if the noun that is being qualified and described by an adjective is ending with fatha, then the adjective should end with fatha. If it is ending with kisra, the adjective should end with kisra. If it is ending with dhamma, the adjective should end with dhamma. An example, the first sentence we gave was ja'a talibul mujtahidu. Ja'a talibu al-mujtahidu. Can you see this? The word at-talibu is ending with dhamma, as you can see it clearly. It is ending with dhamma. Ja'a talibu. Now, al-mujtahidu is also ending with dhamma because it is the na'at, it is the adjective qualifying at-talibu. It would have been wrong for you to say ja'a talibul mujtahida or ja'a talibul mujtahidi. This is wrong. The adjective must end with the same case. If the adjective was to end with fatha, let's assume we had the example ra'aytu taliba al-mujtahida. I saw the hard-working student. Here, the word at-talibu is ending with what? Fatha. Can you see at-taliba? Therefore, al-mujtahida, which is describing it, should also end with what? Fatha. Ra'aytu taliba al-mujtahida. The last example under this, assuming we have the sentence Sallamtu ala talibi. Sallamtu ala talibil mujtahidi. Sallamtu ala talibil mujtahidi. Now, if you look at this, you see that at-talibi is ending with kisra. Therefore, the noun which is the adjective qualifying it should also end with kisra. This is what we mean by case. The first example, ja'a talibul mujtahidu. Ra'aytu talibal mujtahida. Sallamtu ala talibil mujtahidi. In all of these 3 sentences, you see that the first sentence, the word at-talibu is coming as the subject of the sentence, the performer of the action. Therefore, it should end with dhamma. In the second sentence, ra'aytu taliba, at-taliba is coming as the object of the sentence and it is ending with fatha. In the last sentence, at-talibi is appearing after ala, and because of this, it needs to end with kisra. This is why you see that the adjectives will also take the same case with them. So this is the first aspect, that an adjective will have to concur and also go in line and agree with the noun it is qualifying. Now the first one is case. The second aspect should now be in terms of what? Number. What do you mean by number? we simply mean singular, which is al-mufrad, dual, and even plural. So this is to say that if the adjective is qualifying and describing a noun that is in its singular form, then the adjective should be in the singular form. If the noun is coming in two, that is as dual, the adjective should come in that. And if the noun is a plural noun, the adjective should be in that also. An example, let's use the same sentence which we brought earlier. We said, Ja'a talibu al-mujtahidu. Al-mujtahidu. Ja'a talibul mujtahidu. Can you see? The word at-talibu is a singular word. Just one student. The hardworking student came, a student. If we were to have two students, we would have simply said, Ja'a talibani. Can you see? Ja'a talibani. Then the word al-mujtahid, which is the adjective, will now be coming as what? Al-mujtahidani. Can you see? So there is concord here. The word al-mujtahid, which is qualifying at-talibu, it is coming as what? Muthanna in two, as dual. So ja'a talibani al-mujtahidani. It would have been wrong for you to say Ja'a talibani al-mujtahidu. So this is the concord we're talking about. If it was in plural form, we would have said Ja'a tullabu. The students came, Ja'a tullabu, then al-mujtahidun. Can you see? Al-mujtahidun. Because al-tullabu is in the plural form, so the adjective qualifying it should be in the plural form. Ja'a talibul mujtahidu. The hardworking student came. Ja'a talibani al-mujtahidani. The two hardworking students came. Ja'a tullabul mujtahidun. The hardworking students came. Good. So this is the second aspect, that the adjective should agree with the noun it is qualifying. Now the third aspect will now be in what? In indefiniteness. What do you mean by this? Indefiniteness. That is in both words, definite and indefinite. If the adjective is qualifying a noun that is a definite noun, then the adjective should be definite. If it is qualifying an indefinite noun, the adjective should also be what? An indefinite. An example. Let's use the same word we have used before, the same sentence we had used. Ja'a talibu. Oh, sorry for that. Okay, we have here. Sorry. We have here Ja'a talibu. Ja'a talibu al-mujtahidu. Can you see this? At-talibu here is having alif and lam. And this alone signifies what? Definiteness. Ja'a talibu. The student came. So the student, it is a definite word. And we are saying al-mujtahidu. The al-mujtahidu is also a definite adjective, qualifying a definite noun. Ja'a talibul mujtahidu. An indefinite example, we will say Ja'a talibun. A student came. A student what? Came. Mujtahidun. Ja'a talibun mujtahidun. That is a hardworking student came. It would be wrong for you to say Ja'a talibu mujtahidun or Ja'a talibun al-mujtahidu. This would be different. This would give you a different meaning. So the adjective is also concurring and also agreeing with the noun in terms of definiteness. Understood? MashaAllah. Moving on, we have talked about the third way or the third aspect which the adjective should agree with the noun in. So now let's go to the last aspect. Now we've talked about the case, the number, the definiteness, and we are now going to be talking about what? That is number 4. We're talking about what? The gender. The what? The gender. So both male and female. Masculine and what? Let's use masculine. The gender now, which is what? Masculine and feminine. So the adjective will surely agree with the noun in terms of gender. If the noun, the adjective is qualifying, is a masculine noun, the adjective should be masculine. If it's a feminine noun, the adjective should be what? Feminine. An example. Look at it. We said, let's use the same word example. Ja'a talibu. Ja'a what? Okay. We have what? Ja'a talibu. al-mujtahidu. The same example, al-mujtahidu. Ja'a talibul mujtahidu, the hardworking male student. A talibu means what? Male student. Now, if it was a female, we would say ja'ati talibatu. Ja'ati talibatu. Now, we are talking about a female student. That's why we said ja'ati talibatu. The word al-mujtahidu here will no longer fit in. So we need a feminine adjective, which is what? Al-mujtahidatu. Is that clear? That's very clear. So you cannot say ja'a talibul mujtahidatu the same way you cannot say ja'at talibatul mujtahidu. No. So it needs the adjective must also concur and agree with the noun in terms of what? The gender. So these are the 4 cases or the 4 aspects that the adjectives will agree with the noun in. So the first one, in case, fata kesra dhamma. The second one is number, singular, dual, and plural. The third one, definiteness. That is what definiteness. That is the definite noun and indefinite noun. Then gender, masculine and feminine. Now that we have discussed this, let's now come back to the topic. That's just a preamble to the topic. Our topic today is النعت الحقيقي والسببي. Now that you have learned about the adjective itself, let's look at the types of adjective that we have. The first one we have what? Let's call it the real what? Adjective. There's a reason for this. And we have as-sababi. As-sababi, we will simply call it the relational adjective, or we can even say the causal adjective. Why do we call the first one the real adjective? Let's see it from these 2 sections of examples that we have over here. The first section we have al-amthila examples. The first section we have 4 examples, and the second section we also have 4 examples. In the first section we have ja'a ar-rajulul muhadhabu. The well-mannered, the well-cultured man came. Al-muhadhabu here, well-cultured man. No doubt the word al-muhadhabu is the adjective because it is qualifying the man. The man came, which man? Al-muhadhabu, the well-cultured, the morally upright man. Number 2, we have hadarati sayyidatul aqila. The sensible mistress came. The sensible miss or mistress came. So al-aqilatu, sensible woman, a sensible person. So the woman, the mistress, who is sensible, she came. So the word al-aqilatu is the word, is also the adjective. And you can see it agrees with the word as-sayyidatu in terms of definiteness, in terms of case, in terms of number, and in terms of gender. Yes, al-aqilatu. Number 4, we have Raqibtul Hisan al-Jamila. I rode a beautiful horse. I rode a beautiful horse. So the word al-Jamila here, it is the adjective qualifying al-Hisan. That is okay. Number 4, we have Aqamtu fil manzil al-Fasih. I stayed in a very spacious house. So al-Fasih, spacious house. Spacious, can you see it? Good. So al-Fasih, it is the adjective. Coming to the second section we have here, Ja'a ar-rajulul muhadhabu. The same sentence that we had earlier. Ja'a ar-rajulul muhadhabu. The well-cultured man came. But at the end we have Ahuhu, his brother. What is the meaning of this sentence? The well-cultured man came, his brother. What this sentence is simply saying is that what? The well-cultured brother of the man came. So the word al-muhadhabu here is not actually qualifying the man, because the sentence will not stand if we are saying that ja'a ar-rajulul muhadhabu, the well-cultured man came, then you not say ahuhu, his brother. So it will not stand. What this sentence is saying is that what? The well-cultured brother of the man came. So the al-muhadhabu is in relation qualifying ahuhu, his brother. It is not qualifying what? The man himself. So we will see more explanation to this. Number 2, we have hadarati sayyidatul aqilatu. The same sentence. The sensible lady was present or came. So al-aqilatu here, ummuha, her mother. So can you see? This shows that al-aqilatu is not qualifying as sayyida, rather it is describing and qualifying ummuha, her mother. So hadarati sayyidatul aqilatu ummuha. The sensible mother of the Sayyida came. Finish. Now we have Okay, or we can simply translate it to be what? The Sayyida whose mother is sensible came. Here we have Rakibtul Hisan al Jamila Sarujuhu. I rode the horse. Here we will not say I rode the beautiful horse, rather, I rode the horse whose saruj is that you sit on, is beautiful. Can you see? Good. Akamtu fil manzilil fasihi finau. I stayed in the house whose what? Field is spacious. So you can see the word al-fasih is also qualifying and describing fina. So if you look at all of these sentences, their adjectives are no longer qualifying the nouns that it qualified earlier in the first section. Rather, they are now qualifying the relational noun, the nouns which are related to the main subject. So, جاء الرجل المهذب, the man came, al-muhadhabu ahuhu, whose brother is well cultured. So, this is describing the brother, not the man, but it is still related back to the man. Moving on to al-bahthu, research and deep explanation of this topic, let's see what the shuyukh will explain to us. نعلم مما تقدم لنا في الجزء الأول. We know from what we have seen previously from the first volume of this book, أن الكلمات, that the words, which words? That the words al-muhadhabu, wal-aqilatu, wal-jamilu, wal-fasihu, that all of these four words في أمثلة القسم الأول, in the first section, as we saw it in the first sections, that all of these words, nu'utan wa tawabi, they are all adjectives which follow. They are all adjectives that follow the nouns in the four cases which were mentioned. لأن كل واحدة منها تدل على صفة في الاسم الذي قبلها. Why do we call them adjectives? This is because each of them is giving us a quality which is found in the noun that comes before it. That's very easy. Al-muhadhabu is telling us the quality of well-culturedness in the man. Al-aqila is telling us the sensibleness of what? The woman, the as-sayyida. Now moving on, we have وَتَتْبَعُهُ فِي إِعْرَابِهِ رَفْعًا وَنَصْبًا وَجَرًّا. You see that all of these nouns, they will follow all of these adjectives, they will follow the nouns they are qualifying in i'rab, in declension. If the nouns are carrying fatha in the nominative case, they will carry dhamma in nominative case. Fatha, they will carry fatha, and kisra, they will carry it. وَنَعْلَمُ أَيْضًا, and we also know أَنَّ الْأَسْمَاءَ الْمَذْكُورَ قَبْلَهَا, that the nouns which are mentioned before these adjectives, وَهِيَ الرَّجُلُ, which is the word الرَّجُلُ, السَّيِّدَةُ, الْحِصَانُ, وَالْمَنْزِلُ, all of these nouns, يسمى كل منها نعوتا أو منعوتا مطبوعا منعوتا أو مطبوعا, that they are all called matbu' or man'ut, as we have mentioned. وَنَزِيدُ هُنَا فَنَقُولُ. Here we want to make an addition and we will be saying, what are we going to be saying here? Let's look at it. Here we will be saying إن الكلمات التي سميناها في القسم الأول نعوتا تسمى أيضا في القسم الثاني نعوتا. That all of the words, the word al-muhadhabu, al-aqilatu, al-jamila, al-fasih, that in this first section we call them adjectives, they are also called adjectives in the second section. Is that taken? They are also adjectives because they are acting as what? Adjectives. ولكن, but ألا يوجد فرق بين نعوت القسم الأول ونعوت القسم الثاني? Is there no difference between the adjectives of the first section and the second section? Of course, there are differences. Bala, indeed. Inna hunaka farqan wadihan fil ma'na. Indeed, there is clear difference in meaning. فالمهذب مثلا, the word al-muhadhabu that is used in the first examples, في القسم الأول, in the first section, صفة في الحقيقة للاسم المذكور قبله الرجل. It is in reality an adjective which is qualifying the word al-rajulu that came before it. This is the word al-muhadhabu in the first section. Let's look at al-muhadhabu in the second section now. لأن المتصل بالتحذيب حقيقة ورجل. This is because in the first section, al-muhadhabu is actually in reality qualifying al-rajulu. ولذلك, for this reason, يسمى هذا النعت نعتا حقيقيا. It is because of this reason, this type of na'at is called na'atun haqiqi, the real na'at, the real adjective. أما في القسم الثاني, in the second, as for the second section, فليس التهذيب في الحقيقة صفة للرجل. The word التهذيب, the المهذب, the تهذيب, the well culturedness, in reality it is not an adjective qualifying the man. وإنما هو صفة لما بعده الأخ. It is actually an adjective qualifying the noun which comes after it. It is no longer qualifying the noun which comes before it, rather it is qualifying the noun which comes what? After it. غير أنه لما كان للأخ ارتباط بالرجل. The only difference, the only thing we can say here is that the fact that the word al-akh, it has a connection and a relation to the man, الرجل. جاز أن نقول عن صفة الأخ. It is allowed for us to say concerning the word, the adjective of the akh, of the brother, إنها صفة للرجل, that it is an adjective for the man. ومن أجل ذلك, it is for this reason يسمى لفظ المهذب في القسم الثاني نعتا, that the word al-muhadhabu in the second section here, it is for this reason that it is called what? Na'at. Na'atan غير حقيقي, that it is not a real na'at, أو نعتا سببيا, or we can call it a relational, or we can call it a causal adjective. وكذلك يقال في بقية الأمثلة. This expression we have given, it is what we can say in all of the other examples. Now moving on, we have the al-qawaid, the rule. The rule says an-na'tu naw'ani. The adjectives are of two classes, of two types. We have haqiqiyun wa sababiyun. We have the real adjective and we have the causal or the relational adjective. فالحقيقي, as for the real adjective, ما دل على صفة في نفس مطبوعه. It is the one that tells us a quality of the noun which it follows. والسببي, as for the causal adjective, ما دل على صفة, it is the type of adjective that tells us, that shows us a quality في اسم له ارتباط بالمطبوع, in the noun that comes after it, which has a relation to the main noun that it follows. So with this, you have seen the two classes. We have seen the two classes of what, or the two types of na'at adjectives. أسأل الله أن يزيدكم علما نافعا ورزقا طيبا وعملا متقبلا. إلى أن نلتقي، جزاكم الله خيرا، مع السلامة.